What's going on, guys? Jay Rich back here with another video, and today this is going to be the overview of the police side of things for BlickyWorld. The last video we did the overview for civilians, but today we're going to go ahead and do the police side of things. So, go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're outside of the Chicago Police Department, and let's go ahead and get started. So this is the basic police uniform. So when you start off as a recruit, the only thing that's going to be different is you're going to have long sleeves instead of short sleeves. But go ahead. So this door into the lobby is locked unless there is someone behind the desk. But the main door still stays open for civilians to make a report. There's a little Chicago Police Department wall. So we're going to start off by going to the ground floor. Basically, this is where you guys are going to be, if you're in the police department, you're probably going to be down there unless you're running forensics on the top floor. Wait for the broken elevator door to open. I'll just show you this real quick. So when you're going in and out on your daily tasks, press E to open up these garage doors. You'll drive down here. If you're unloading a suspect to be processed, go ahead and stop your car right here. The garage is the same way as the garage is for civilians, but depending on what your rank is what vehicles you'll have unlocked. So if you're a recruit, you only have a Crown Vic. Officer, you have an Explorer, a different year Explorer, a Tahoe, a Caprice, stuff like that. So let's just, for proof of concept, we'll spec out the Tahoe right now. So there's different liveries. As an officer or a recruit, you're only allowed to run marked vehicles, so you'd put that livery on there. You can take off the light bar, add a push bar on it, add different lighting setups, add spotlights, add a little antenna on top. Can add a little nub, another antenna. Hop inside the vehicle. The seatbelt gets put on automatically for you, which is a good thing. But Q to turn on the lights, Alt to change, turn on and off the siren, R to alternate, E is horn. Press E to put the vehicle back in the garage. So say you just brought in a suspect. Go ahead and escort them to the door. Over here, you'd pull out your fingerprint scanner. You can go ahead and get their fingerprints. Over here is the evidence locker. Over here is the armory, where you get the extras if you want. Well, grab the walkie-talkie. You can grab an ankle monitor, zip ties, handcuffs, keys, evidence camera. And here's the weapons. You have access to 2 different long rifles, a shotgun, 2 pistols, flashlight, ammo. Then you can also have a personal locker. And here is where you change your police outfits. And here is the interrogation rooms. And every door locks behind you, so you don't have to worry about someone escaping on you. Here's the prison cells, holding cells, I should say, until they get transferred to county. And then if you have the police tablet on you, go ahead and pull that up. Log in, go to the police app. Home, basically just recent cases, active units online. Bulletin, if tips for the day. You can have, if you get calls, they would show up on here or in the top left of your screen. Again, another spot to see units online. You can look up profiles. So let's look up my civilian character, Jermaine Rich. So you can see he has a driving permit, weapons license. Here's all the vehicles they own, all the weapons that are linked to their name. But if we look up someone like Victor Cruz, which is a known troublemaker. You can see the linked cases. So we can see that they've been arrested for drug trafficking and attempted murder and all unlawful use of a firearm. Vehicles, you can search up vehicles by license plate and or by the name of the vehicle. So like we can see how much people own an Acura, stuff like that. Weapons, you can search up the serial numbers for people's weapons, reports if someone made a report, cases. This will show you from the last case. So Officer Jamar Barker arrested Willie William for firearms, drug, reckless driving. You can make a warrant out for someone's arrest, offenses. Basically, you can figure out how long you're supposed to arrest someone for, cyber crimes, drug-related crimes, environmental offenses, miscellaneous crimes, property crimes, traffic violations, violent crimes, weapon-related offenses, white-collar crimes. Employees, you search up other officers. There's an officer's chat. Jail, look at someone who's in jail, or basically you can overhear logs. But that's that. The radio, when you're on PD, you would just join frequency 911. Alright, so we just got a 911 call from a Ferry Ganja on Forum Drive in Chamberlain Hills. It says help officer. So if you check on your map, over here, that's the location of it. So let's roll code 2. Okay, so we're rolling up on scene to this civilian. Let's see what's going on. Oh, what the fuck? Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Okay, so we just tackled him. We're going to go ahead and lock him up for assault on a law enforcement officer. Don't know what that was about. But, so at this point, you go ahead and ask them why in the hell they did that and read them their Miranda rights. But, so you can third eye to do everything, or you can hit F6. So like objects, you can pull out spikes, barrier, megaphone, radar, vehicle. You can unlock their vehicle, impound it, or get information. And citizen interactions, you can escort them, cuff, send to jail. It only says hire citizen for me because I'm the captain. You can find them, invoice them, search player. So let's go and search them. So you see they have phone, repair kits, white runs, weed. So you can confiscate all the illegal stuff. This was purchased at a dispensary, so you can't confiscate that. But you can also put them to and from the vehicle, or you can third eye to do it. Handcuff, search the player, escort, basically all the same stuff. So you go ahead and walk up to the vehicle, get third eye. If it works, we'll just do it this way. Go into citizens menu, place inside vehicle. Let dispatch know you're taking one to the station. And then once you get to the station, go ahead and drive in. Press E the same way you open the doors to open up the garage door. Back up a little bit so it doesn't destroy your vehicle. Park right here. Third eye to take citizen out. Go ahead and escort them. Or it'll glitch a little bit. Okay, we're just going to carry them. Promise you won't have the same issues I'm having right now. Of course, everything messes up when you're taking a video. But go ahead and put them in the front of intake. And then you can grab out your fingerprint scanner. If they haven't already told you their name because maybe they don't want to, going to use the fingerprint scanner on them. And then the top right will say Fairy Ganja and their DNA, so their fingerprints have been added to the database. And then you take them over here to the holding cell. If you need to interrogate them, take them in there, like I showed you in the beginning. Go ahead and open up these doors. Place them down. It's up to you whether you take the handcuffs off them or not while they're sitting inside the holding cell. Go and lock that up. So what you would do from here is go onto your tablet and you would open up cases. You would create a case. So we'll do, don't remember how to spell their name, you would check, but we'll just do it under me. Kermit Rich and assault. Okay, so evidence, you can do tags, so battery. You can do the date you open the case, filed by, with your name and call sign, badge number, evidence details, key evidence, investigation process. Under here, you can add them as a criminal involved, type in their name. If there's any civilians involved, you can type that in. Like if they assaulted someone else instead of you. Officers involved, you go ahead and type in your own name, add that. And then you go ahead and save the case. And then once you save the case, you can open the stash. So if they had like a weapon on them or something, you would drag it over to the evidence. But what we're going to do is go and delete that case. So and then once you go in there and figure out how much time you're going to go ahead and jail them for. Assault. So assault on a Leo is a felony with a $2,000 fine and 15 months. So what you would do is F6, citizen interactions, send the jail. So it's the player's IDs in there. You would send them in for 15 months, and then you would type in the reason. And then they would get transported to the penitentiary down the road. So that's basically it. There's a lot of other stuff, but you would figure that out during RP. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, enjoy, and we hope to see you guys in the server.